Calendar your music promotion. Yeah. Yo boy, yo mobs. Dopest, freshest name in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And we can't mark it, dude. Yo, Stash, turn me up one more time. Take home. Chinikanga kuiba lako mami kapena balisiye chabe soche I think ni mutima wako mami oyo nice the cave with the body unexplainable feeding it na life yanga uipasa meaning it nobody ever meant what you meant to me plus they did my ex they all dead to me na wavyasha bakuchonga bige I found me a real wife Tebadi abasuma kwa Facebook Kena nimba na modula Endekeza kufika kwa ruti no chaka Iwe bano no Nima pepela baby Osaka nisi ya nekawe Iwe bano no Nise veni tanga Tanga neka Iwe bano no Wanga nega, we've been together for so long, my baby. That's why I'm drunk in your love in the Billy Gate. First lady, matter of fact, the only lady. Nifuna nifike kunyumba nipelekeze. I think you know by now that I'm serious. Never done that fiance never tell. Look at the way that you making me grow up. I glow up when you just show up. Mona, now I feel bakuchonga bige. I found me a real wife. Tebadi abasuma kwa Facebook Kena nimba na modula Endekeza kufika kwa nuchi no chaka Iwe bano Nima pepela baby Osaka nisi ya nekawe Iwe bano Iji sebe ni Changa nega Iwe bano A couple that prays together. Let's a couple that stays together. I'm thinking over the things that we should do together. Grow old or just act the fool together. Ufuna bana bangati nifuna teni. That's how deep it is, mami chukutikeni. Tefisela we won't feel a daylight. Sinikusia mwana mama who died. Hello food, nawavyasha bakuchonga bige. I found me a real wife. Tebadi abasuma kwa Facebook Kena nimba na modula Endekeza kufika kwa nuchi no chaka Iwe bano Nima pepela baby Osaka nisi ya nekawe Iwe bano Nise vini Changa nega Iwe bano One more time, man. Oh no. One more time. Yeah. Calendar your music promotion. Oh no. Take over. Hey. Ila muntu andi. Aushitasha mwana wa ndoshu ena mula moyo wadi sana. Toto patoto.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? This is Davies right here live on Channel 8 TV. We had to do this. This is one of those interviews where we had to roll the red carpet for these brothers because these brothers went viral by accident. And I thought, you know what? let's just present them to the community so people can see what happens sometimes when you take a chance and do something crazy. Now, we go viral for different things, and we go viral for doing something crazy, something stupid, or we go viral for doing something important. Now, in this moment, we're talking about those of you guys who are from Zambia watching this. First of all, good morning. Shout out to all you guys in Zambia right now watching. Shout out to my brothers in the UK right now watching. We appreciate you. But in case you're wondering, we had to do something impromptu without any any preparation. We just had to do it. So, you know, social media is one of those platforms that gives us a lot of opportunity to do what we need to do. And in this case, these two brothers, originally from Zambia, they had to do something. They thought they're just living a normal life. And then something happened. Before they knew it, they blew up. And so why not give them the opportunity to explain their experiences so we can learn together? So as we get them ready, I'm going to bring them back live, and you get to see them one-on-one. You can ask questions. For those of you that are cute to ask questions, send us the questions in the chat, and then we can go from there. But I'm going to play one more song to just make sure these brothers are ready to go, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. This is Davies right here at Channel ATV. See you in a minute.
Jazzy boy, running it.
Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Woman, if you give the moment, then you got him up, pick up, oh. Woman, if you say no feeling, you got him up, pick up, oh. Me got a confession, started on a very good foundation. The way you love me, baby, because of our very good foundation. Got it from now and forever. It's about me, very separable. And for me, we gotta be high level love, girl, we gotta be. Take me to the end, girl, we gotta be. And then when I got in the water again. Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Woman, if you give the bomb, then you got him up, pick up, oh. Woman, if you say no feeling, you got him up, pick up, oh. It's just some type of way you make me feel you want me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nanga ni bichani bilenga sa unikonde. I'm fascinated when you belly that you conde. Girl, you know me not London. You make it easy, baby. Loving you is so easy, baby. I followed your eye, no kitty, yeah. Fell into deep, I think it's yeah. Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Cheers to my pretty baby. Give me 5 if you love me, baby. Yeah, yeah. We sit amiga. Y'all feeling this, yeah? Junior Masala. Zambia to everywhere.
Jazzy boy, running it.
Welcome back right here at Channel ATV. Like I said, we have these brothers who went viral by accident, and as we talk to the youth out there watching us right now, you know, you need to believe in yourself. Sometimes you just have to be doing the same thing over and over and over again, and sometimes you just never know what's going to set you apart from everybody else. So we're getting ready to talk to these brothers. They are ready to go. They are watching me behind the scenes right now in the green room. We're going to take a short break, but right now what we're doing is we're talking about the Zambian independence celebration that's coming up. For those of you that are going to be tuning in, it's going to be right here on Channel ATV. We are so thankful to the Embassy of Zambia for giving us the opportunity, as well as the news, to work with us to make sure that the community get, you know, to celebrate even though we're going through the pandemic. So I'm going to play a video of these brothers who actually went viral by accident, just being themselves. and you're going to get the opportunity to talk to them as we come back, and you can just ask them any questions that you want to. They are normal people like you and me, but then right now their lives have changed for the rest of their lives. So when we come back, you're going to watch these brothers live. Stay tuned right here at Channel ATV and check them out.
Iwe mwana bama kwamba. Ha? Muri butogo. GC comedy.
GC.
Yeah.
Baby subab comedy. Ha? Bwana, twambeka comedy ke twabona mwana. Irembede kuti ati muntu 2 months go America wajiro bajitonga.
Ina wajiro bajitonga.
2 months.
2 months wajiro bajitonga.
Mwana bama me have been in the States for 20 years eno. Ndirasiga pesi nga unganda. Pesi kwambala abantu ko bali banji bajisinama yangu ku Zambia. Turamba area almost every day.
Yeah. My phones kwari talk time koiri pone togonzo kwambala jitonga muntu unganda. Pone wajiruba 2 months.
2 months.
Ndakaseka kono mu 2012 jitonga sina jiruba.
Kuti wakakomena ku Zambia. Buriswe botwa swevo mwana bama swevo twakali kuvwima. Basurwe imbambi inkanga bakware
zonse
bot abavuga mbaba ngamaweza mavunga bonsanza 20 siya musobe
wanda kasurwe so
bona maregeni mwati wakira pura regeni yako yazodunsuka regeni so yakumajamba so hey mwana baba ponya mu 2 months
muntu waruba jitonga pesi vantu tava
pepe no ndaikaga
ndaikaga
buri comment ati ambati ati at least somebody should know 3 languages, which is true. Muzambia, yeah. Kambo Jibemba, we are around Bemba, Tonga, Nyanja, Jistokarea.
Yeah, kama nagainka ujigoro gumukushi, kona nagai ya Jibemba ukonya gwe.
Okay.
Yeah. Sabo Jibemba, oroji Nyanja ndira jimvua. Jitonga jitokarea zo. Yeah.
Inyimbo zetu swiri ya muno mota. Bene mpande. Pande ingaturamba mpande lyonse kuti. Rega. Tuma nyimbo dimvwe. Bene rich busy bonse, bene J10. Ngatira barandi tumela da Swedish.
Yeah.
Tatu rumi ko tuzwita.
Pepe turi batonga, we are proud Tonga men.
You know.
Tatu wanzu guruba kuti turi batonga.
Bana bangu bayosiga next year amebo.
Yeah.
Tiosiga. Tiyo kwambira kuti tuteni tukaswana ne.
Ponya comment ati my voice over. Voice over ya guri wona mandiwona namba rajitonga ade waona.
Voice over, twachita voice over. Twachita kuti voice over.
Nje problem vantu waona vyojiganda, waona vyojiguwa.
No voice over. Oro munganda yose twambara chitonga. Twamba tia kuchintoro, muchintoro twambara chitonga.
Yeah.
Anywhere we go chitonga. Si twambara. Kobali vantu uno bavaro tungatorambara chitonga avaro.
Yeah.
Pesi ingadasega. Zintu ingazyochita. Anyway mwana ba masebo. Twati tupage na twinkamuchintora ture majacket ambikambo wazambeyo
mpeo gono badara
yasiga
no yando siga badara momatarika kupia gono mpeo yanje badara
ogono guri mpeo anyway mwana ba masebo twati turayeno musiareka boto ku Zambia
muponeka boto guys GC comedy tarumba rogo
alright mwana ba later.
Welcome back. Just hilarious. Now, I don't speak Tonga, but I can understand a few words. So I thought it was hilarious to hear this brother just going back and forth. So please, without wasting too much time, let's welcome our brothers Andrew and Kambole back in the stream. Here we go. I had to roll the red carpet.
Hey, what's up?
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Doing good. Yeah.
All right. So I had to do the right way. I had to start the right way by rolling the red carpet for you guys. Not just because you're any different from the rest of us, but now you are. We don't know what's going to happen going forward. But welcome to Channel ATV. So tell me a little bit. I mean, I don't even know where to start from. So Tonga, Tonga is one of the major languages also in Zambia, but how did it happen? Like what happened? What did you guys decide just to start talking, and then the next thing you know, boom, your lives were changed just like that?
Well, let's see. We grew up in Southern Province. We grew up in Kalomo on a mission.
Kalomo, okay.
And yes, all of our friends, they spoke the local language, which was Tonga.
Right.
So naturally, since you're immersed in it, we started picking it up as we get older and older and picking it up. And at some point in our lives, probably, we didn't really, at some point they'll just say, "Oi mwana muhu urambara Tonga," and then you tend to shut down for a second because you're just like, "Oh, am I supposed to speak?"
Right.
But then we start speaking,
Right.
But it's just what we did was actually he did a video with one of our friends back at home a while back.
Right.
And that kind of blew up. It blew up. It was fun. And then one of our friends, like really close friends, he got married. When was that? And then week ago or 2 weeks ago. So we decided, since we couldn't be there, let's share.
Yeah. Wow. So that's the beauty of virtual presentations, because you thought let's send a message, and you were not thinking about the repercussions of how you could blow up.
No, no, we weren't. We were not at all. We were just because a lot of our friends, they know us. They know that these guys speak this language.
So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to them.
Yeah.
And like our friend that we were congratulating, we're just like, hey, we miss you. We're sorry we weren't up there.
Right.
But we're just speaking in Tonga because he already knew we speak Tonga.
Right.
And so it wasn't a surprise for him. But the moment it went out, people were just like, no, that can't be real.
Yeah. So and then there's a comedian. He's actually the one that searched us out. GC Comedy.
GC Comedy. Yeah.
And then he got my number. And then he called me and we talked a little. And he's just like, hey, people are going crazy with this video. Some people just go in the comments and go look at the comments.
Right.
And so then we reacted to the comments. So basically it's like, oh, these guys are lip syncing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these guys are doing this. And so we just started going off of that.
Yeah.
And just having a good time, just like looking at the comments. And it's like, all right, some of these comments are like really funny. Like,
absolutely.
All right, well, let's respond to them. Let's give them what they want, basically. And it just blew up even more, and it was just
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was talking to my family and I'm like, hey, like the universe works in a very interesting way. So these guys were introduced to me by somebody who saw your video, and then I go to tell my family members. They're like, oh, we have actually seen your video. We texted, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I looked in and there was the video. So now some of the comments were saying you guys did a voiceover, so somebody really spoke Tonga and then added it on top of your video, so what did that mean to you when you saw that? Was it a surprise to you? Like, people could not expect your looks compared to really who you are as people.
Well, that just shows you how people are. They take one look at a person and they make a judgment on how that person looks or how that person acts without actually getting to know the person.
Right.
And that's basically, what our message is it doesn't matter whether you're African or American or white or black. We're all one people. We're all here for the same purpose, and that's to live and love.
Absolutely.
I don't think people realize how hard it is to lip sync something.
Yeah.
Like to take the time to lip sync.
Yeah.
And like if we had to lip sync that, like we would have to speak it, that to actually make our mouths move. It's hard. It's not that easy.
Absolutely. So let's get to know you a little bit. By the way, shout out to your mom who's watching right now. She was like, oh, my babies. When I was talking to you, she called. And so she's freaking out that you guys, her life is changing also alongside with you guys, right? So
hey, Mom.
It's probably our brother. Hey, Jason.
What's up, man?
And Jason too, yeah. So Andrew, you decide to use your African name, which is Chirwa, right? So why is it important for you to make sure that you incline to Africanness, if you will, even though you've moved away, you live in the United States, but what does that mean for you to be authentic to your roots?
Well, first of all, and I hope my mom doesn't get mad at me about this, I never really liked the name Andrew. To me, the name Andrew was really common. Even today in the States, a lot of my coworkers, a lot of my friends, they call me Kumalo because they can't say Chikwera.
Right.
But to me, using that name always reminds me where I'm from, where my family's from.
Right.
And it's something that I even instill, even in my kids, we don't call them by their English names. We call them by their African names, like all of them. and there's a pride of knowing where you're from. Granted, yes, I am kind of, my dad was Zambian and my mom American, but we lived in Zambia.
Correct.
And Zambia is always my home. It doesn't matter where I am. If somebody says, "Are you going home?" the first thought in my mind is Zambia.
Yeah.
Yes, that is my home. And so using my African name, that just simplifies and reminds me and all of my friends to show them that I'm proud from where I'm from.
Right. So Chirwa is older than Kambole, right? So,
yes.
So just for the viewers who are watching, people always wonder, because you both have a nice beard going, so they're trying to figure out who's older, who's younger. So
I got him beat by 12 years.
12 years.
He's the baby of the family.
Yeah.
Our oldest brother, he's 17 years older than him, 5 years older than me.
Absolutely. Beautiful family. So now for you, Kambole, I know that sometimes you could be getting on a minibus or trying to get public transportation when you're in Zambia, speaking specifically, right? Did you have folks like talk about you in your language and they don't think you can understand, and then you turn around like, wait a minute now, you can't be talking about me like that. Did that ever happen to you?
Oh yes. I remember one time I took the bus from Kalomo to Lusaka.
Right.
And these people were really talking about me in Tonga and just talking crazy. And I'm just sitting there, just listening. And then after they were done talking, this was maybe 20 minutes later, one of my brothers calls from Kalomo just to check on me, see how my journey is going.
Right.
So Natariga Wambara Mujitonga. And their eyes were just like, did this person just understand everything we were just talking about him? And like after I was done speaking, I just like looked at them and was like, what do you got with Togo?
Yeah.
And they're just like,
That's
and
crazy.
I love moments. I love moments like that.
Moments like those, yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever, because again, people just assume by just looking. And like we did that in Livingston one time. We had gone back to Livingston, and normally when I go home, I try to bring curios and stuff for my friends.
Right.
And you bargain over there in Stone. So we're sitting there and we're talking in English, like, hey, how much do you think that's worth? How much with this? And then the guys in the back started talking like, and so we're just sitting there talking.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, so what about Marinzezi? And they just dropped.
They're just like, oh wow, okay.
They just dropped, and I said, just for that, this is what I'm going to offer you. And I'm just like, then it clicked. They're just like, oh yeah, the Kumalo-san,
right?
The late great son Kumalo-san. I recognize you now. I was like, yes. Oh, the married son. Yeah. We recognize you boys now, and just like, yep, that's us.
Absolutely. So I know that you're preparing for the upcoming Zambian National Independence celebration on Saturday, and you guys will be a part of that. What should people expect? I know that you're very proud. We can tell by the jerseys that you're wearing and stuff like that. So you make some time to be a real authentic Zambian. So what should people expect from you on that day?
Honestly, we really don't know. Like, it's just most of the time we will probably go off of comments and see what people say, see what people like to hear.
Right.
I know a lot of people are intrigued by how we did grow up, what we all did, and the kind of past we came through. So, we'll see. We don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what to expect.
Well,
I guess it was just a shock to all of us. So it's like,
well, we're gonna have a lot of high-profile people. I don't want to say the president. I can say the ambassador and the ministers and things like that. So I think one of the things that we do as folks growing up, going through the process of life. You understand when God gives you the platform, you use it for the right reasons. So now you guys have the platform, and I believe that you're gonna use your platform for the right reasons because you are pure as it comes. Speaking of that, so Andrew, you are in the same industry like I am. You are in the media industry. So you work for one of the major outlets out there. What have you learned about using technology and leveraging on technology to amplify your voices?
It's amazing how quick a digital platform moves.
Right.
The biggest thing, like for me, working in news, like you see sad things every day, you see happy moments every day.
Correct.
That's the hardest thing to kind of cope with, is seeing what's going on in the world. And basically it's the understanding of each other that a lot of people, it's basic thing of learn how to listen and then respond and see where that person's coming from. But for me, it's just like the digital platform is it's amazing to use.
Yeah.
And as I said, by us accidentally doing what we're doing now, it's opened up a whole bunch of possibilities.
Different avenues.
Yeah, now we're talking, right? Now we're talking.
Yeah.
We're doing something totally different, and we decide, okay, you know what? Let's just go. Let's talk to the people. Let's go live, and here we are. So to your point, this, and I'm so glad that God chose the right people to give you the platform, because your hearts are in the right places, and I think you're gonna influence a lot of people in the right direction, towards the right direction.
Yes,
we hope so.
We hope so. We're trying. We try to talk positivity in everything we do.
Yeah, especially during this time of COVID. 2020 has just been a hard year for everybody.
Absolutely.
And we just want to give good vibes and just put out good out into the universe and out into the people.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we need right now. After such a hard year, we need some positivity, and that's all we want, is just to have a good time and share positivity and light to the people.
Yeah, and back to you, Kambole. I know that right now, in just a couple of weeks, we'll be voting here in the United States. What would be your word to encourage anyone who is at the fence, whether they should vote or they're just frustrated with what's going on in the world right now? What would be your last word to encourage the youth, those who can vote, especially with an African descent, like such as yourselves? What would be your advice to the folks that are on the fence, whether they should be, participating or not?
If you can vote, then vote. Your voice needs to be heard, and your voice can be heard. And that's the problem with a lot of people, is they're on the fence about making a decision. But if you're not making a decision, then you haven't swayed the vote either way. If you vote, you have put your input into making the decision for everybody. And that's all I can say. Like, if you're gonna sit around and not do anything and complain about who is in office right now, well, you should have gone up and done something and go and vote. Let your voice be heard. Don't sit around and expect change. All of us individually have the power to make a change, whether it's as simple as casting a vote.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are watching, you know why I had to feature this young man. It's because they're using the voices, for the right reasons, and they're using the platform that God gave them by accident. We say that, but it's really not by accident. You are chosen to have that moment. And I wish you a lot of success moving forward. And, any last words for you? Let's go back to Andrew. Any last words for you before we, send you home?
Any last words?
I mean, my famous last words are "Tonse turivenz munyiga."
Yeah.
We're all but visitors on this earth. Live and love. I mean, that's been my motto for the last couple of weeks.
Amen.
Mine is, be kind to one another.
That's incredible, man. I want to wish you just nothing but luck and success going forward. I'm just very honored to get the opportunity to talk to you, and being a part of your supporters as we move forward. So, and Andrew, we're in the same field, so hopefully we can cross paths. When I'm in your city, doing covering sports and stuff like that. So that would be incredible.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
And I'm really looking forward to connecting with you when we during the Independence this Saturday. So
can't wait for that. Some of the musicians, I've actually watched one of them. I think it was Mampi.
Yeah.
When she was in Mazabuka. I think it was back in 2011. Like
Yeah.
she wasn't feeling too well, so she came out, did a song, went back, hydrated, came back.
Yeah.
Like for somebody who wasn't feeling well, she did amazing. So I actually can't wait to virtually meet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, should be definitely live and performing. So we have Your Mops, we have Mampi, we have Angela Nyirenda. So it's an action-packed presentation of the Zambian independence celebration. So thank you both. What about you? Going back to Kampala, who are you really looking forward to seeing on that day?
I mean, I grew up listening to Mampi as well, and listening to songs. I'm just honestly, I'm just excited to see everybody there.
Yeah.
Just raising their voices for their people, their country, and for 56 years of freedom and independence.
Absolutely.
That's what's really amazing. Like, I'm excited to see all the artists and musicians and people there. But the most thing that I'm excited about is that we have the power as a group of people to come together and make a difference for a country that is so powerful and so full of love.
Absolutely.
Like yeah.
And this never fails. The fans are always on the fence about commenting and asking stuff. So everybody's asking, who's mad at who's not. I'm not gonna let you answer that. We're gonna leave it alone just the way it is, until next time. So I thank you both for the opportunity to be here today, and I'm excited to see you again on Saturday. So God bless you, and we will see you soon. Everybody, thank you for watching. We recognize your presence. Those of you that are watching from England and watching from Zambia directly, and shout out to your mom, the Tonga brothers. Thank you so much, and God bless you.